Welcome back to Selenon Rising. Last time, what were we doing? It's been a few days. Oh, I think we were trying to figure out if we're about to start cooking, which I think we're gonna chop the onions, apparently. We're gonna chop the onions. Blue put an onion in front of me and goes back to what he was doing before. I take another sip of my drink and start chopping. We work quietly at first, but then start chatting about nothing, and before I know it, dinner is ready, and I've been talking easily and actually enjoying myself. We sit down on the couch to start eating. After a few minutes of silence, Blue leans over to the coffee table and lights a candle. That's pretty some word. Suave? I'm not exactly sure what that word means. I'm joking, but Blue looks at me earnestly. I'm not trying to be suave, I'm trying to be sincere. I think maybe it means flirty or something like that. Something catches in my throat, and I momentarily feel like I can't breathe. The moment stretches, and in that instant, none of the things that would keep us apart seem to matter. The Selenon, the rebels, even the Bureau cease to exist in my mind as Blue's eyes look intently into mine. Finally, I break the eye contact. It's too much. I feel overwhelmed by everything, and I look down at my plate, which is still half full. Violet? Yes? Are you okay? Yes, I think so. You know that I really care about you, right? This statement startles me, and I look up at him again. Yeah, you do? Yes. This is getting awkward. Nobody's ever told me that before, or at least not that I can remember. I don't think she can remember very far though, so... Well then, it's about time. Blue puts his plate down on the coffee table and reaches across to take mine from my hands to do the same. My emotions go haywire as Blue laces his fingers through mine, putting his other hand beneath my chin. He leans in and touches my lips with his, gently. Then he pulls away slightly and looks at me. Blue? I can't think of anything to say. Oh god, instead I close the distance between us again, and this time I kiss him. Blue responds so enthusiastically that it takes my breath away. I wasn't actually expecting this to happen this quickly, but before I know it, I'm almost in Blue's lap. As the heat grows between us, my mind is buzzing with a flood of emotions. The little control I had managed to maintain earlier in the evening is demolished, as Blue runs his fingers through my hair. It's like a dam breaking, and I feel as though I'm drowning in the sensation. So many dots. No, I can't. What is with this weird font that appears randomly sometimes? Suddenly, it's too much. I pull away from Blue and stand up quickly. Are you okay, Vi? I can't get a handle on my thoughts long enough to respond to him. Instead, I run through Blue's bedroom into the bathroom and shut the door. I lean with my back against the door, trying to catch my breath and get a handle on my emotions. After a moment, Blue knocks softly on the door. Vi, open the door, please. I have to go to the bathroom. No, I don't answer. Please. The tenderness in his voice makes me feel terrible for running away. I open the door and Blue is standing there looking concerned. Hey. Hey. I can't look at him, instead I look down at my feet. I'm sorry, there was just too much. I gesture vaguely to my head and look up at him, hoping that he understands what I mean. Don't worry, it's okay, Vi. It's not, though. Yes, it is. Blue hugs me carefully, and I wrap my arms around him hesitantly. We'll have plenty of time to get to know each other. We'll have plenty of time for this. Now that he said that, that makes me think he's gonna get killed in one of the episodes, which would be sad. He pulls back and gestures between us. Come on, let's go to bed. It's been a long day. My eyes grow wide when he says bed, and I start to panic again. Blue laughs gently and kindly as he takes in my expression. Don't worry, Vi. I meant go to sleep. I'll sleep on the couch and you can sleep in my bed. Oh, okay. Blue goes to his dresser and pulls out a large sweatshirt. Here, so you have something comfy to wear while you're sleeping. He hands it to me and starts to leave the room. About halfway across the room, he pauses and turns back. He comes back to me, traces my cheek for a moment, kisses me lightly, and then he is gone, closing the door behind him. I slip on the oversized sweatshirt. I read that totally wrong. I thought she meant that she stepped on it and fell, and flop down on the bed to try and slow my heartbeat. I lift the sleeve of Blue's sweatshirt to my nose. It smells like him, cinnamon mixed with something spicier that I can't quite name. A strong wave of affection for Blue sweeps over me. I'm worried I might be falling for him. You're worried you might be falling for him? Like, didn't you guys just make out a second ago? Ooh, weird stuff. I wake up suddenly to the chirp of a bureau transponder. It takes me a moment to remember where I am, and I realize that it must be Blue's transponder, which is sitting on the nightstand next to his bed. It's still dark in the room, though I can tell that the sun is about to come up over the horizon by the vague foggy light hanging around the edges of the curtains. I push the transponder. The signal is the bureau-wide alert to call in all the agents. Huh, interesting. Something must be going down. I wonder if it has something to do with Sandman. I open the door out onto the living room and cross over to the couch where Blue is sound asleep. One of his arms is thrown over his head. The other rests on his chest, which rises and falls with his breath. He looks peaceful laying there, and I almost don't want to disturb him. I touch his cheek gently with my fingers, and he moves so his cheek is pressed against my palm. The movement is so endearing that, without thinking, I kneel down and kiss him gently. His eyes open, and he smiles so widely he looks like a small child on Christmas. Why, good morning, Violet. Good morning, Blue. I look at him, my face still inches from him. He reaches up and pulls my face back to his. The kiss is deep and warm, and I almost forget why I came out here in the first place until he pulls away. Not that I'm complaining, because this is lovely, but did you come out for a reason beyond waking me up in that delightful way? I look at him blankly for a moment, before I remember the chirping transponder. Oh yes, our transponders went off. All bureau call. They just don't want us to have any fun, do they? Blue sits up and touches my cheek in a way I can only describe as wondrously, before standing up and heading into the bathroom. Or bedroom, but then he goes, okay. I hear him go into the bathroom and turn on the shower. I grab my clothes from the bedroom and glance towards the bathroom door, which is slightly ajar. Steam is floating out from the gap under the door, and from the gap between the door and the door frame. I hesitate momentarily, but then I remember the earpiece and mic that are hidden in my clothes. I should check in with Sam, especially if the bureau call was about the Sandman. I pull my clothes on quickly and sit down on the couch, which is still warm where Blue was sleeping, and put the earpiece in. Oh, okay. You there, Violet? Are you there? I'm here. Finally! I've been trying to reach you for almost half an hour. Sorry, I was asleep. No time for that now. Sandman's on the move. Yeah, I just got an all-call from the bureau. What's going on? Sandman cracked the missile security codes earlier than I thought. He's activating the launch preparations. You think, or you know? No. I just got final confirmation. So, what does that mean? It means we have an hour to stop it. Sandman must have the deactivation codes with him, otherwise he would have never risked starting a launch. If you can get to him and get the deactivation codes, I can stop the missile launch. You have to hurry. Got it. Where is he? In the outer city. I'll get you once you get into your car. I'm going to take my partner, Blue, with me. I might need him.
Do whatever you need to do, just do it quickly.
Okay.
Let me know when you're in the car. I'm gonna keep forging ahead in these security blocks.
I will. I take the earpiece and mic off and am about to go knock on the bathroom door when Blue comes out of the bedroom. So are we gonna tell him about Sam knowing that we're an agent, or because he's gonna wonder why we're not going to the bureau? Blue, we need to go.
What's going on?
Sandman has activated the missile launch. We need to get to his hideout and get the deactivation codes before they launch. We have less than an hour.
Is this some sort of new psychic power that you've developed? How do you know all this?
He's the one who should know about that. Here, we'll do this. I promise I'll get you up to date later.
Okay, I'm going to hold you to that.
For now, will you trust me?
Of course, Violet. Of course I trust you.
Okay, then come with me. I'm going to need your help.
Lead the way.
Can I borrow one of your guns? I lost mine.
You lost it?
Long story, but I have the feeling we're going to need them.
Of course.
Blue pulls one of his extra guns out of a cabinet and hands it to me. Then he puts his own in his holster. I quickly gather the rest of my things and we walk swiftly out of the apartment. As we run down the stairs, I put the earpiece and mic back on. We're on our way. We're on our way in the weird-ass car. I fling myself towards the driver's side of the car as soon as we hit the pavement, and Blue rushes to the passenger side. I'll just point out that I enjoyed that little animation where he actually did what was described in this text. Sam, we're in the car. Where are we going?
What?
Blue's face and emotions jump in surprise, but I ignore him, and instead listen intently as Sam fumbles around for a moment.
We're going to go south on 3rd. Then hang a half left when you get to West Main.
Got it. I pull the car away from the curb with a screech and switch on the siren. I don't think I've ever used it before, but these are extenuating circumstances. If Sam is right, and the countdown has been activated, we have less than an hour to stop it before things get ugly. I'm inclined to believe that Sam is telling the truth, but this could also be a trap, I suppose.
Why, care to let me know what the hell is going on?
I already told you. Sandman, I mean Dr. Alexei, activated the missiles. We have to stop him before they launch.
How do you know this information is reliable?
It's Sam, the rebel I made contact with. He's the only one who knows what Sandman's doing. He's managed to hide himself from the Bureau, at least long enough to enact his plan.
Why does he think you'll be able to stop it?
I sigh. I know that I need to tell Blue the truth, or he'll never stop asking and concentrate on the mission. Okay, Blue, listen to me. You know how I said that my cover was still intact? Well, that was a lie. There was a bit of an accident. I was going to report it, but I realized that I wouldn't be able to stop Sandman without his help. What? I know, I didn't mean to keep it from you, it's just... I knew you wouldn't agree.
Violet, how do we know this isn't a trap? Do you trust this guy with your life?
I trust him enough to believe that what he's saying right now is the truth.
Well, if you trust him, I suppose I trust him. After all, you're the mind reader.
That's true, I guess she would know, probably, if he was lying. Sometimes I forget.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Blue pulls out his gun and begins to check its ammo. We're heading towards Alexei's hideout.
You stop calling him Sandman?
Yeah, I'm tired of indulging his stupid little nickname. Blue looks at me, and I can sense a rising of emotion in him.
You're just... I love you, Violet.
Sharp left.
I nearly crashed the car at the sound of Sam's voice, but I quickly turned onto West Main.
It's 2 blocks up on your right, the abandoned factory. You might want to turn that thing off before you wake up the whole neighborhood.
I do as Sam suggested and turn off the siren. Of course he's working out of a warehouse. He really does fancy himself a supervillain, doesn't he?
More like a misunderstood hero, I think. He has a gun complex for sure.
Okay, I think I see the building.
Yes, I had eyes on you. You're right in front of it.
Ooh, okay, so we're at this dude's hideout. What are all these traffic cone-shaped things for? I stop the car a block after the factory. I quickly get out and Blue does the same. Suddenly, I'm face to face with Blue and I'm not sure what to say. Blue,
Don't worry, Vi, we'll talk about it later. Come on, let's go get this guy.
I'm relieved, but at the same time, I can feel a small knot in the pit of my stomach. I want to say something to Blue, so he knows that he's not alone in his feelings. I just don't know how. Okay, let's go. I curse my cowardice, but then I'm distracted by the warehouse. As we approach this seemingly abandoned building, I can see the outline of light against the boarded up windows. We found it alright. Sam, can you tell us anything about the layout? Sorry, random coughing.
Sam.
Sam says, is what I mean.
Not much. At least from what I can pull up at the moment. I'm not able to fully access their database.
What about your sensors? Can they pick up anything?
They're designed to track larger objects, but maybe if I refine the radius, tweak a few variables.
We don't have all day here.
Okay, it looks like there are life signs patrolling the perimeter. Must be the defectors who joined Selenon cell. They'll definitely be armed.
I relay the information to Blue in a quick whisper.
It's quiet. Too quiet. It feels like we're walking into a trap.
I know. Still, I think our best bet would be to split up and search the building. If you start from the basement and work your way up, I can start from the top and work down. We can meet on the first floor.
I don't like the idea, but you're probably right. We don't have any time to wait for the enforcers. If you get into any trouble, signal me on your transponder.
Okay. We look at one another for a long moment, then Blue turns and runs around the back of the warehouse. I make my way towards a side door, hoping to get in unseen. Almost as soon as I get into the building, I hear gunshots coming from the direction Blue should be in. I look out the window and see rebel soldiers running towards him in the plaza outside. They have very bad aim if each time they flash this is them shooting.
Damn, I didn't think they'd see me so fast. So much for stealth.
We got you now, you damn freak!
I'll make this quick.
Huh. Well, he just fires one shot and totally hits him, I guess. Gah! And then they can't shoot at all. Blue's gunplay is peerless as always. He shoots quickly, he shoots quicker than the eye can see, taking down several rebels at once with his trick shot. The rest of the soldiers retreat to the opposite side of the facility. They haven't spotted me yet, and I can run back towards the direction I came from so that I can start my search. Blue can take care of himself. I run towards a dark staircase, my gun pulled. Luckily, it seems that Blue's firefight has drawn all the rebels towards that side of the building. I hope Blue is okay. This background kinda looks like a photo with a painting filter on it. I shake the thought out of my head. Of course he is. I focus on the darkness in front of me. At the top of the staircase, I reach a long hallway with doors on either side. One by one, I begin checking the rooms. The first three I check, quietly opening the doors and peering around the doorframe, are empty. The fourth has a table covered in papers. I can't make out what the papers say in the dark, but I have the feeling they are definitely related to Alexi's plans. I make a mental note to come back to this room later if I can. I make my way out of the room and back into the dark hallway. The fifth door is at the very end of the hall. As I approach, I hear an odd whirring sound. I open the door carefully and stick my gun in, followed by the rest of me, careful to partially shield my body with the door. At first I can't tell what's going on. It's dark and light in the room at the same time. An almost blinding light, similar to the one that was in the basement of Bolt's Auto, is coming from the wall opposite the door. Silhouetted against it is a human shape. Suddenly, all the lights come on. Blue must have found the fuse box in the basement. The figure who was silhouetted now comes into full view. I hold my gun on him. Freeze! Bureau agent. Dr. Alexei, you are under arrest for the use of X-Class unauthorized technology. He turns around slowly to face me. To my surprise, he looks rather calm, considering the gun pointed at his head.
No. Let's not be hasty, Agent Violet.
I'm momentarily thrown off by his quick deduction of my identity, and my eyes widen in surprise. He smiles knowingly because he can tell he's caught me off guard. Anyone else with powers like mine would also be called the same thing, your point being. To keep from prolonging his satisfaction, I quickly set my jaw and look him unflinchingly in the eyes. But you can't see his eyes, he has glasses. But yeah, quite interesting. We have met Sandman in this episode, and I suppose we will meet him more in the next episode. Thanks for watching.